Hi, everybody. You should have sound now. How's everybody doing? I have a little stage fright because I have my son and his girlfriend on here. It's so cute. Did they tell you guys goodnight? They are, Nathan, I'm not turning my camera on. Now stop it. Don't make me time you out on YouTube. Hi, Tracy. Hey, Joe. Nathan is 16, Des. 16. Kids. Thank you, Kate. All right, Nate. I can be a pretty uncool mom at times if I have to be. I'm just not going to look at the comments. Don't troll me, little boy. Don't do it. Okay. So, I can't look at the comments because I'll laugh. He wants me to laugh, and I don't want to do that. So, oh, Shauna, aren't teenagers great? Des, you have an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old? Oh, yeah, I would be very, very sad if my children went out of state. Very sad for sure. Very sad for sure. Oh, you can hear my volume now. So we're going to start with some facts. I want to read actually the most recent update that the sheriff's office gave. I want to say it was about an hour ago, and it's I'm not extra. It's a little I'm not sure how to take it. It says, "We will continue to search specific areas based on tips and leads in this investigation. All leads and avenues are being explored. The investigation and the search process will continue to run parallel with one another in hopes of finding Gannon and bringing him home safely." It goes on to list their partners, and they also made another statement that says they have received 309 tips to date, and they've also pulled all large group efforts off the ground. All large group efforts searching for Gannon have been suspended at this time. It looks like they are using concentrated smaller groups based on leads. So I'm not sure really what that means. It's a little scary to me, I guess. I don't want to say scary. It just, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Oh, he looks nothing like me. I wonder, Nathan, you guys, I'm going to have to time my own kid out. This is crazy. Oh, boy, I'm going to have to play mom over the internet. Sure, Dina. We can discuss that. I was actually going to go over some facts that we do know and then jump over to the fiction or the speculation that we don't know. So, these are the facts as we know them. Some of these are basic and they're going to sound kind of cliche to even say them, but to come up with a list of facts on this case is actually very difficult because police have been very, very tight-lipped about this. Gannon is still missing. I believe I just said a little bit ago that there are 309 tips to date. He is 4'9", 90 pounds, last seen wearing a blue hooded jacket, jeans. He has brown hair and brown eyes. He was first listed originally as a runaway. As of today, there was a current weather advisory in Colorado, and I think the weather is still pretty bad out there. What else do we have here? Gannon is in the 5th grade at Grand Mountain School. On Wednesday, January 30th, that is actually the very first day that the crime lab went to Gannon's house. That is 3 full days after he was reported missing. That's a long time. The crime lab was again back at the house on Monday, February 3rd for 11 hours, and they later returned again later that night. The crime lab was back there again on February 5th, and that is when the DA came. They cleared the scene that day at 11:35 p.m. There were investigators photographed bringing evidence out of the home multiple times. The DA physically went to the house. His statement on that was pretty vague, saying that he's part of the investigative team. And I mean, we can either take that at face value or we can look into that and see what that actually means, because that's good to know, Caleb. That's good to know. There's not very, I've personally never seen a district attorney go on scene where a crime lab is, where a crime lab is processing a house and has processed a house multiple times. So that is very telling to me. My opinion on that, this isn't fact, but I'm going to give my opinion on it, is that he wanted to see that scene for himself. He wanted to see what they were processing, because if there were ever charges, or if there are going to be charges brought in this case, the district attorney is the one who decides that. He decides, depending on the state, he decides if it will be sent before a grand jury for an indictment, or if he wants to place charges. Every state is different on how they do that. So, some more facts. At the time of Gannon's disappearance, his father was out of state in Colorado. He actually did not arrive home until the following day on January 28th. Gannon's mother, Landon, arrived to Colorado that same day on Tuesday the 28th in the later afternoon. The hiking trip was on Sunday, which was January 26th. There's some confusion about that. I've seen a lot of confusion about that, where people are thinking that he went missing on the hiking trip, or that he was pushed off a cliff at the hiking trip, or injured at the hiking trip, or left at the trails. And that just isn't the case from what we know. By all accounts, he was hiking Sunday with his stepmother and his little sister. They came home, they had Burger King, and that's what we know. We don't know anything different than that. At the time of Gannon's disappearance and at the time of the hiking trip, Tisha was the only adult in charge of the care of all the minor children, besides when, for example, Lena went to school. When Lena went to school, she would have been in the care of the school. But other than that, Tisha is the only adult that was in charge of these kids, and she is the last person known to see Gannon. There's a lot of messiness and a lot of speculation and questions because a lot of what's been said, we don't know if it's true or not. We don't know if it's true. And it's really hard to figure out when you're digging through social media and you're digging through different forums and you're looking through articles, it's really hard to find the truth within all the speculation. That is a fact. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. I see people have asked questions about what was bought at Petco. We don't know that. I don't believe that question was asked. You know, I have some theories on it, but I don't know that my theories are even right on that. There's a lot of theories. You're right, Jeannie. There's too many theories. Des Harris, you think Dan May is the best DA? I've heard great things about him. I've heard great things. Well, see, the problem that I have, BJ, I believe you're right. I do believe you're right. He may want to be 100% absolute to make sure there's no chance of screwing up and having to make a deal with another devil. I get it. Absolutely. So that makes a lot of sense. It does. I personally have never seen a DA go out to a house that is being actively searched and processed as a crime scene. And hold on one second. So this is my theory on Petco. And it's just a theory, but I went through this timeline earlier today, and I think this is very, very important. I've actually passed it along to somebody who has direct contact with investigators who are working this case. You know, and I didn't pass it off as speculation. I said, you can tell them this is what I came up with. I'm not trying to solve a case, but I think it is very important that this is looked at. Those 2 hours between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., Tisha was at Petco. She then left Petco and she came back 2 hours later. That means wherever she went in that 2 hours had to be within a 1 hour radius or less, because she had to be able to get back to that store within 2 hours. So the farthest she could have went when she left Petco mid, quarter after 11, mid 11:30, whatever, would have been an hour away or so, because she would have had to have enough time to get to where she went, turn around, and come back to the same exact Petco. And that's the max. That's the max time that she could have taken, or the max distance that she could have went. One of my concerns is because Gannon was originally listed as a voluntary runaway, the house was not processed. The house was not treated as a crime scene. Investigators, it is mentioned in many articles that investigators did look through the house and cleared it for Gannon being present in the home. But in that 3 days, a lot can happen. A lot can happen in 3 days, and especially from the evening of the 27th to the 28th when Albert got home. Keisha had a lot of time alone. I mean, we don't know if she had friends there, but still, she was in her home without the other adult parent present. So that's something that we do need to consider. We don't know what happened in that house after Gannon went missing and before Albert arrived home. We have no idea. And there's a lot that could have happened. There could have been nothing that happened. There could have been a lot of things that happened. I'm going to read some comments really quick. I agree, glowing ember. I'd say less than an hour away. I said an hour max because, the 2-hour time span. The farthest that she could have went would have been an hour max. And, that can... I'll be real honest with you. I'm not very good with the whole Google Maps things. So an hour max, what would that translate to, you guys? Would that be like, I don't know, 50, 60 miles, a 50, 60 mile radius? Or would it be less? You're right, Undercover Angel. The first 72 hours of a missing child or any missing person or any active investigation are the most important hours. In the first 72 hours in this case, that house was not processed. The first 72 hours of this case, nothing was done inside that home. And that's not investigators' faults. Investigators worked with what they were given. Something made them upgrade his status from voluntary runaway to endangered missing. And I know they gave us a few blanket reasons because they have to, but there's more to it. I feel it in my gut. I feel it in my instincts. I don't know it for a fact. I'm just telling you what I am seeing as being a person who has followed criminal cases for years. Yeah, you're right, Caleb. Are you local there? I don't know. I don't know. I personally think the Petco thing is, so they have 2 dogs, okay? She could have easily went in the first time and bought something, like odor eliminator for dog urine. Okay? And that can be used for many things. I'm not going to tell you what it can be used for. You can do the research. You can Google it. You can see what it can be used for. But she could have easily went in there and bought that, and that's her cover story. Well, my dog had an accident, so I had to buy this. And I went back the second time because I forgot to grab this. That's my opinion. I think it's a cover story. I think she went there on purpose. Is that fact? No, that's my speculation. That's my speculation, but she was in that area for a reason. She was in that area for a reason. She initially said that Gannon was going to the doctor, and then she changed it and said that an on-call nurse or a nurse's line called in medication for him. You're right, Caleb. However, I don't even... I'm just going to have to be blunt about it. I don't like to approach this topic when it comes to Gannon. If Gannon somehow became deceased in that 2 hours, decomposition wouldn't be relevant. But what would be relevant is the scent of death for cadaver dogs. And I don't even like to think. I don't even like to think of that. I don't. Um, I don't know, Kristen. That's a good question. If she did hurt Gannon, why would she hurt Gannon, though, and not Lena? Maybe he said something to her to upset her or knew something because he was older. Well, I don't know. Maybe she's partial to girls. She has a daughter of her own. Maybe she was jealous of Gannon's devotion to his mother and that Gannon looks like his mother. I don't know. There's so many different ways that you could go with that, and they're all maybes because we don't know. And that's what's so hard about that. You're right, Casey. You're right. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to bark up the wrong tree, Will. I'm not. Somebody asked me a question, so I answered them. Um that's possible, Amy. She, when she came in the kids' lives, I think we figured out today that Lena's about 8 years old, Gannon is 11. So, we know that they've been married, that Albert and Keisha have been married 5 years. And that's when they got married. Of course, their relationship didn't begin the day that they got married. They would have been together some sort of length of time. How long, we don't know. But so Lena would have been very young. She would have been a toddler, whereas Gannon would have been 5 or 6. That's sad, soul for music. That's sad. Me too, Amanda. Me too. That's yeah. That goes back to the Heidi Broussard case. That's upsetting. Um, so I guess my point is whatever she purchased at Petco, she could have easily justified that by saying, I have two dogs, because I think it's 2 dogs they have. It could have easily been justified by saying that. And I was just giving an example. You know, she went once and she's got her cover story. She has animals. Anybody who has animals has a reason to go to a pet store. I did want to share this photo with you guys, though, because I think this is interesting. This is an interesting photo. Let me pull it up. Okay. Perhaps if I can find it, I can pull it up. There we go. Can you guys see that? I probably need to make it bigger, huh? Let me make it bigger. if I can. I don't know if that's helping at all. Okay. So on the right is a text that somebody sent Tisha on the day after he was missing. They said, "Wow, did he not go to school with Lena?" And oops, I got it too big now that I can't read it. Actually, that's not how it began. It began with, "Have y'all found Gannon?" Tisha replies, "No." The person who sent her this text said, "Wow, did he not go to school with Lena?" Tisha replies, "This happened after 3:30. We talked to him then and told him to be home by 6." The person who sent this text said, "Someone posted he wasn't at school either." Tisha responds, "He had to go to the doctor for his stomach." The person who's texting Tisha says, "Where did he say he was at?" And Tisha goes on to say, "But he was here in the afternoon. Honestly, I don't keep up with friends. Albert lets them walk around the neighborhood." And the person says, "I wish I was there to help. I'm so sorry." Now, this is a statement from Albert. "Dad said Gannon didn't let them know what friend's house he was going to in that neighborhood, and that this was unlike him. So that's why we're obviously really concerned." So the dad is saying that the behavior is not like Gannon. It's not like him to say he's going to a friend's house and not tell them what friend. But Tisha is saying Albert lets them walk around the neighborhood. It's just, it's interesting to me. That's interesting to me because she places blame on Albert and the dad says this isn't like him to not tell us what friend's house he's going to. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading more into it than what it is, but it's something that I find to be not cohesive. Those two statements are not cohesive. His father's saying one thing, and his father was in Oklahoma when this happened. Tisha's saying another thing, that Albert allows this. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Mashaya, that's a good theory. I think she has to voluntarily take a lie detector test. The cops cannot make her take one, unfortunately. And even if they can, they're not admissible in court. However, they are great for investigative purposes. Thank you, Lufa. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Amanda. I was holding the center on my mouse. So what do you guys think about that? The difference in how Tisha plays it off that this is a normal thing that Albert lets the children do, while Albert says this is out of character for Gannon to do. Am I reading too far into that? Yeah, it doesn't sit right with me either, Dawn. It really doesn't. Personally, I would never do a polygraph test. I would never be in a position to do a polygraph test, I would hope. Um, I don't know that I would do one. I don't know, honestly. If it came down to being in a horrible situation where I was trying to find my child, I would probably do whatever it would take. And if that meant taking a polygraph test, I would take one. But at the same time, like you said, Caleb, innocent people have shown guilty on a polygraph and guilty people have passed them. So it's a catch-22. It really is. It really is. I agree, Carla. If you're in charge of a child and you're the only parental figure there, you would say, "What friend? And no, you're not walking. I will drive you." It's very, very concerning to me. She was the only parent there in charge of the children. Yeah, I could see that, Will. I could, but his father was in Oklahoma, and he was at military training. His father wouldn't have been, I would assume, very accessible by text message at 3:00 in the afternoon when he's going through military training. Thursday's child, she might be being raked over the coals. We don't know. The law enforcement is extremely, extremely tight-lipped about this case, extremely. And that's making it hard for people like us who want answers. And at the same time, I respect that because they have to be. They have to be. They're protecting an investigation. I wholeheartedly believe that. They are keeping facts close to their chest. Because he is endangered and he is missing. He is not a runaway. Yeah, my kids always tell me where they're going, and I always make sure that they have their phones on them as well when they leave. So Jamie, we don't know if she's lawyered up. We don't know. There's so much we don't know. Let's not challenge people about their opinions and their thoughts. Everybody's allowed to have their own thoughts and their own opinions. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Joe, I know you feel strongly about her. I know you feel strongly about her. So they did. Caleb, they lost a lot of crucial time, and that is very worrisome to me. It's very, 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 because not only did they lose crucial time, in that 3 days, Albert came home. Landon was then staying at the house. So if there was any evidence in that house, it's now a house that's been well lived in, walked through, multiple people in it. That's a scary thing, especially for looking at it from like a prosecution standpoint, because that creates reasonable doubt when you have a crime scene. If there is a crime scene, that creates reasonable doubt. I'm probably actually going to let Amy come on here and talk about some of these things that we don't know to be true because there's so much speculation. So much speculation, and I can't remember it all off the top of my head, but I'd like to go over some of the things that are speculation and not true and all of the above. She did say she was working out. She did. We don't really know what the dynamic in that household was like. That's true. But we do know that Albert kicked her to the curb as soon as he got home from Oklahoma. That says a lot. That says a lot. I don't know if I clarified this earlier or not. I'll clarify it now. As soon as I find it, I'm going to bring Amy on. Drop her a link. I agree, Caleb. I agree. I mean, she went on there saying she wants an apology from her husband. She wants an apology for the people that have spoke poorly about her. She then talked about his ex-wife being in her house. I absolutely agree that based on that interview, that I don't know that it was a great environment. We don't know. We don't know. They used to have a joint Facebook profile. Her Facebook profile actually used to be Albert and T. Stauch. So, yeah, car guy, he gave her the boot. He did. What do you think it could be? Well, what do you think could be the reasons that he kicked her and her daughter out of his home? Because he didn't just kick her out. He made her 17-year-old daughter go as well. And by law, she didn't have to leave. That's a marital home. She did not have to leave that home. So I feel like it had to be pretty contentious for him to throw her and her 17-year-old daughter out and say, "You're gone. Get out of here." Yeah, you're right, Amy. She didn't fight it legally. She didn't. That we know of. I mean, she even said that she wouldn't go back to their house to get clothes because she would be harassed. So that's why they were out shopping. So that tells me that Albert isn't very happy with her if she wasn't even allowed to take her clothes or her daughter's clothes. That's crazy to me. You're right, Caleb. You know what's interesting about that PhD is that she says she has it, but one of our researchers on our team has dug and dug and dug. And getting your doctorate is a big deal. There's a hooding ceremony. There's a live stream of it that can be later seen. There's a roster. Um, of everybody who graduates at that ceremony. And even if you're not present for your hooding ceremony, you're still recognized. And to date, we have not been able to find anything for her actually receiving that doctorate like she says she has. Kristen and company, she's not wearing a wedding ring anymore. I heard this, and this is complete speculation. I don't know if it's true. I heard this. I heard that she had both her wedding ring and his wedding ring in her purse, and it was something to do with the airport. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's true either. I'm just. Yeah, I mean, Tisha did say that the 17-year-old was kicked out. Well, you're right, but she's clearly not living there. She's clearly not there. You can look at every photo and video of that house, and you don't see her white Volvo there. Um, she was with her mom shopping, so by all accounts, she left too. I don't know. Yeah, you're right, undercover angel. Police will escort you to get your belongings. You're right, they will. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, um I tend to disagree, Will. I think that Landon could have easily gotten a hotel room. Um, I definitely think there is some. That's his wife. That is his wife. If you followed the Kyron Horman case, the father of Kyron Horman stood beside his wife for quite a few years before he finally dumped her and realized that she was involved in the disappearance of his son. Um, I personally think it speaks volumes that she's not there. They're not standing in a united front for Gannon, and that's interesting because these are adults, these are parents to children, and there is an 11-year-old child's life at stake, literally. He is missing and endangered in Colorado in the middle of winter. You have to be pretty, pretty, pretty petty to not want to have anything to do with the mother of the child that was missing or that is missing at your hands. What kind of person? I just no, I don't buy that. I think the dad wanted nothing to do with her. Okay. Um well, I'm doing my own narrative here. So everyone's welcome to discuss. Everybody's welcome to discuss. I haven't painted her guilty of a crime at all. I've said a lot of ifs, and a lot of things that I said are thoughts and assumptions and all of the above. All right, Amy, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring Amy in. So we can go over some of this speculation.
Hi,
Hey, Amy, how are you?
I'm good.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Good. Yeah, thanks for coming on here with me to help me go through this speculation.
Oy.
Everybody does it when you come on here with me, so I appreciate that.
It's always an honor. Always.
Thank you.
Always. Where do you want to start?
Oh my gosh, where do we start with the things that are not true? Because there's a lot out there that's not true.
Mm,
There's a lot out there that's not true, as
yeah.
far as I can tell. Or there's a lot out there that's not confirmed.
Yes. Yeah, that's a huge problem. And it changes when you're trying to build a timeline and a story in your mind, and then a detail becomes unverified or a mistruth. It's a like a scramble game, like you're shuffling things around, like, okay, well, that doesn't work anymore and that doesn't work anymore. um wow, I don't know. I
Thank
think
you, Undercover Angel. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Um, yeah, there's a lot that hasn't been verified. For example, the whole carpet thing,
right, we don't
you know, we
we
don't
we we saw we there were rumors that there were rumors from the neighbors that carpet was being removed from the house, but law enforcement has not confirmed that. We saw the crime scene team carrying out big brown paper bags with some sort of rolled up item in them that could be carpet, but
right.
we
We
don't know.
right.
Yeah. So, um that's a kind of a hard thing to deal with.
Yes.
Um
Another thing that has never been confirmed is the rental car. There's been a
right.
lot of talk about that, a lot of
Mhm.
talk. But the only thing that has been specifically stated by the police is that one vehicle was seized from the airport and the other was seized from Marshall's parking lot.
Right. Right. And you want to put together a rental car and airport, because that would be natural. That would be a place where you would rent a car and maybe you'd leave the other car there. I don't know, but can't can't verify that either. And then you add in the fact that the Volvo SUV has a lease. And so maybe there was just some confusion, like the telephone game. They took a leased vehicle back
Right,
instead of a rental car and called it a
right.
fleet vehicle or something. Who knows?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The game of telephone is probably one of the hardest things to decipher
Yeah.
within crimes like this that get so much public attention.
Yes. And there are things that, we, not we, like newsbreakers or anything, but that were kind of squashed on maybe Wednesday that I'm still seeing coming up over and over today. Like I think I got home around 6:30 and I was trying to play catch up real quick, and I was seeing these things pop up like it was the first time, and I just, yeah, it's hard. But I think part of that is because new people come into these groups every day and they don't know
Mhm.
what's been discussed, 4 days ago or whatever.
Absolutely, and I have an appreciation for who people who run Facebook groups because I know how hard. It's
Yeah.
difficult. Especially
Yeah.
when your Facebook groups grow to a large size. So
Yes.
it's really, really hard to keep speculation down because everybody is worried about this child and everybody has a theory and everybody has thoughts
Yes.
and nobody's theory or thought is less than the other. And
There's
nobody should ever be ridiculed for
Yes.
having a theory and a thought, because sometimes those theories and thoughts actually provoke a thought process for people.
I agree. And this is kind of like a behind the scenes thing, but when you're an admin or a moderator in those groups, you see a lot of things that the public doesn't see. You see two or three people posting the same thing at the same time, and from different places. And does that give it value? To me, sometimes there's arguing within the groups. That's a little, it's a little tense sometimes, and we have to like assure everybody that it's okay to have their own opinions and just to be respectful. And then there's things that are way out there, and you kind of have to pull back a little bit and say, like, is this integral to what we're trying to discuss?
Absolutely.
And
And I
it's a
give
difficult vetting process. I kind of stay out of that portion because I don't want to make the call. I'm not even gonna lie. Just,
right, right,
sometimes I look at it and I see four other people looking at it, and I'm like, oh crap, they saw me, and I run.
right,
Because
right.
yeah, because it's difficult. It really is, especially when it's things like a screenshot of a text message from a neighbor that they got from somebody else. I mean, it's just, oh, it's hard. And but sometimes there's some good information in there. Sometimes it's not even the content, it's not even what they thought they were posting it about. It might be something else. So it could be important for that,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Like maybe it explains like a habit that we didn't know about.
Hey,
Or
Tracy. Hey. Um, yeah, I agree with you 100%. And one of our researchers on our team earlier, thankfully, was able to find, God bless Landon, because she actually is
she was
going she's going in these Facebook groups and verifying stuff.
mm-hmm.
God bless her for doing that, because she is going through one of the worst times in her life, probably the worst, because I don't know that there's much worse than not knowing where your
No.
11-year-old little boy
Mm-mm.
is,
No, there's not. There
and
just isn't.
this woman is going in groups and setting the record straight.
And
And
in like the most gracious way too.
yes,
I mean,
she's
she's like, "Hey y'all, I just
right,
want to tell you this isn't correct. I just wanted you guys to know. Thanks,
right,
heart."
absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, where you see other people, and understandably so. We have all seen other family members go in there and tell people to shut up about this or quit spreading lies. And understandably, I mean, I get
Right,
it.
right,
They don't want it, but she's not like that at all. And
right.
yeah, Kristen, it does say a lot about our character. A
Gannon's
lot.
mother actually made a statement, because a lot of questions has been made about who had custody and what was
Mm-hmm.
going on, because Keisha made that public statement and said, I have been taking care of Gannon for the last 2 years because his mother didn't want to.
Yep.
I mean, she went in front of the media and said that. And that, to me,
That was disgusting.
whether this woman is involved or she's not involved, that says a lot about her character as a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, you're a mother. That says a lot about a woman's character, that they would go on camera and bash a mother whose child is missing. And that child is missing, and that occurred while
Well,
while he
they
was
were
in the
in
care of
your
Tisha.
sole custody.
Right,
Yeah, that's
right,
what I mean. It blows my mind on so many levels. But when you get to, um, you were the only adult, and you were absolutely positively the only person responsible for him.
right,
What are
absolutely.
you doing? What are you
Abs-
doing?
absolutely. I'm going to pull up what Landon actually said about.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the chat because I haven't
Okay.
been able to pay attention, and it's been busy. You guys, are
It
so
is very
awesome.
busy. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Um,
It's a lot of praise for Landon. I'll tell you that.
trying to find Landon's statement here. I do have it saved. Oh,
Joe is just puking over over
where's Joe
Tisha.
at? I love Joe.
I love
Joe's
Joe
my
too.
Joe's my
Joe is Car Guy 72, just so you
yes,
guys know.
yes. Absolutely. Let me find her statement. I promise I'm getting it, guys. I planned on being more organized, but I had some stuff come up this evening. So,
Thursday's Child says Landon's doing that for Gannon. It's helping her to stay focused and correcting misinformation to help the search. I agree. And, bless her for that, because that's a hard thing to do. It's a
right,
hard thing to go. I mean, I'm in those groups, but I can't imagine if there was a group about one of my family members or, a child,
right,
because
absolutely.
they're not all nice.
I might have to go back a little further. Do you guys know at one point last month, I think it was, I deleted 13,000 screenshots out of my phone. 13,000.
I believe it.
And now I'm lost again with screenshots.
It's so hard though when you're doing this. This just happened to me the other day. So I was looking, I was looking at a site, and there was some good information, and there was a lot of it. So I was screenshotting it with the idea that I was going to save the assets and then go back later and
Mhm.
read. And 36 hours later, I read some of it and then screenshot what I read on those pages. 36 hours later, all that information had been deleted. Now, it was not deleted because it was wrong or it was unverified. I believe the site was asked to take it down for
Mhm.
some reason or another. So, yeah, screenshots are like super important. And the stories change too. Like, even you've mentioned this before. A media outlet will release an article on Monday, and Wednesday they will edit out certain opinions.
They do. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it
And then they
happen.
say they've never said it. You're like,
Yeah, that's one
but
thing
wait.
that I have learned over the years to do is to screenshot articles as soon as they come out because they do
Mhm.
change. They do.
I
They do.
screenshot things before I read them.
Yeah,
I try to get through as much information as I can
right.
before it's potentially gone, because more I mean recently there's been some things that I go back to get, like, I've screenshot them, I go back, look them up, and by the time I go back to look them up, this is 2 or 3 hours, they're gone.
Right.
Or even social media posts, people get too much flack or they turn off the comments or something like that, and there's a lot of information in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm still trying to find it, guys. I promise I have it. I promise I have it.
I'm just looking here. What are you guys talking about? Joe says you're having a Bond moment.
Yeah, what Landon basically said, and I will find it and I will post it in the community post when I find it. Instead of going silent on air. She basically said that they had shared parenting and she was pregnant and had to be hospitalized because of her pregnancy. And because of that, they agreed that Gannon and Lena would go stay with their dad until she was back on her feet medically. So that's the story with that. There's been a lot of speculation and rumor about that hasn't been true. And that, that was what Landon said. Those aren't her words verbatim, but it's very close to what she said. Very, very close. Some other things that have been speculated are, oh, let me think about it. Let me think. BJ, me too. Me too.
Well, okay. So there was a time where people were saying, in addition to what was on Gannon's phone, which was the search, can my mom and dad find me, or can my parents find me if my phone is off? Right.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time, there was a rumor that he also had texted a friend named Jimmy, like, Jimmy, can I come over and play?
Right.
At like 4:05.
Mm-hmm.
And then they tracked down the Jimmy kid, and he texted him back later, but Gavin never showed up at his house. That's never
Right.
been confirmed.
Right.
That's interesting if
Right.
that's true, because these little digital trails, I kind of feel like they're contrived. That's speculation, but if you were to ask me my opinion today, I would say they're contrived.
Does
I think
anybody in the chat remember hearing anything about a suitcase?
there was a duffel bag I
Okay.
remember hearing about
Okay.
when she was walking out to the truck. It looked like she was carrying a very large duffel bag, not like I'm going to the gym.
Right. Right. Stu,
Yeah.
as far as we know, it's been said that Gannon's phone is at home, that he left without his phone.
Right. Without his phone, without a jacket, without a backpack. I mean, this isn't necessarily speculation, but it's just things that drive me crazy. What's
I
what's going
have to
on?
I have to speak about this in kind of hypothetical terms. So we're just going to speak about this hypothetical for now. For now. I'd like to point out the fact that forensics were at the house. That is a fact.
Yes.
The district attorney showed up and the search parameters changed dramatically.
Yes.
Um, I'm trying to just simply lead people to this because I cannot say it.
Well,
But
here's something you can say. Maybe they're looking for specific evidence that links back to the house.
right, right.
Okay, but I'm on YouTube and you're supposed to be in bed. An hour ago, baby doll. Go and go back to bed, sweet. Sorry.
So let's take that into consideration, guys, and let me know what you think about that because I can't. I have to word it this way. And I'm not trying to be evasive. I'm not. I just I wholeheartedly take what is shared with me confidentially. I take that trust and I respect it. So let me just point out again. Forensics were at the house. The district attorney, Dan May, came to the house and search parameters changed dramatically. And I'd like to also ask the chat if anybody did anybody hear anything about a suitcase? Has anybody heard, has there ever been any speculation about a suitcase? I know Amy said there was speculation about a duffel bag, but yes, BJ, those are facts. Those are facts that forensics was at the house, the district attorney was at the house, and the search parameters have changed. Those three things speak volumes.
Mm-hmm. They do. Does anybody remember Tisha's original story? She was working out in the basement with her headphones on, and Gavin or Gavin. What? That's my oldest stepson's name. I'm sorry. Gannon went to go play at a friend's house and he left through the back door. How does she know he went through the back door if
Right.
she was working out downstairs with her headphones on? How did she know exactly what time she left or he
That
left?
that
I
is a
mean,
valid question to ask. Absolutely. And it's a question. It's not making any
Amy,
any speculation. It's a legitimate question. How would she know that?
right. Amy Bachman, I don't know how to say her last name. So C, the suitcase found in the garage dump, she says.
Okay. Did anybody see screenshots of, or not screenshots, but the pictures of the investigators walking into the home? Because there was multiple. One of
I
them, one of them actually, you could see the luminol bottle in one of them.
And luminol is used when blood has been cleaned up and is not visible to the naked eye anymore.
Right. Right. Yes. Yes, Casey. I do have the text messages. They're actually in our Facebook group. I don't know. I can't pull them up right now, but I'll drop a link to the group for you guys so you can, for anybody who hasn't joined. Car Guy 72 up there. He's one of my awesome team members. One of our awesome team members for Real Massacre Talk. So you'll see him there, and he may even be the one to approve your request.
Kristen wants to know if we can confirm the text from the candle fire text to Al about Gannon, allegedly for Sunday night. We know that was texted. We don't know. Am I being correct here, Danielle? We don't know whose Apple Watch that was.
Right, right. It's been stated two ways. It's been stated two ways. It's been stated that that was a text that Tisha sent to Albert, and it's also been stated that that was a text that Harley, Tisha's daughter, sent to Tisha. So we don't know who sent the text.
Right. We just
And to,
know
and
that
to be honest with you, all we have is a text. We don't even know if that text is true.
right.
Because
Right.
that I think it was like 10:56 p.m. at night, and by all accounts, Gannon was okay. He was okay on Sunday. They went hiking, they went to Burger King. He was supposed to go to school the next morning. So why an 11-year-old child would be up at almost 11 p.m. on a Sunday night before school doesn't really add up unless he started feeling sick later that night.
Right.
But there's been no mention of him feeling sick later that night.
No. And you've also got to think about the physics of knocking, or maybe it's not the physics, but the what happens when you knock over a candle. You already talked about that.
Right.
Unless you put a candle next to the drapes, you don't really have a fire.
Right.
Or you're trying to
Right.
burn something else, you're playing with it. But if it falls on the ground, unless there's already an accelerant there, I mean, and even then,
Thursday's child, it was actually, yeah, she had headphones on. She was in the basement working out, and Gannon went out the back door to go to a friend's house.
it was very specific the way she said it.
It
It
was.
was, it was, I was working out downstairs with my headphones on. He left at 4:15 to go play at a friend's house out the back door.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry to say, but I don't I don't always know which door these kids go out of when they
Right.
leave.
I,
That's
I
probably why I'm
think,
always checking them.
right. I think in the grand scheme of things, is that if you're in the basement of a house and a child leaves and you're not physically present on the first floor of the house, how do you possibly know what door they go out?
Well, yeah, exactly. And I mean, a lot of people have those little alarms on their doors. that goes beep, beep, beep when you open them. But if I had headphones on in my house and somebody opened a door, I wouldn't hear them. I wouldn't hear it. Unless she gets like an alert on her phone or, something like
That's
that. I'll give her the benefit of the
interesting.
doubt.
That's interesting, Rhonda. Very interesting, actually, because she knew that he wouldn't be detected on a camera out back. Huh.
Right.
That's interesting.
Very interesting. I think it was Rhonda that also, forgive me if I'm incorrect, but Rhonda brought up a kind of a good point before about who wears the Apple Watch, and if it was Tisha at that time, can they take like the biometrics off of it? Like a Fitbit.
Yeah, I have an Apple Watch. I never used it. I gave it to my oldest son. Car guy, we do have a layout of the house. We do. I can show you. We can look at that. So I think you have to have like a specific app installed. To be honest with you guys, I didn't
You have
like
to
an
turn
Apple
on the
Watch.
health. You have to turn
Yeah,
on the health thing.
yeah. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up because we have it in the Facebook group.
It was Rhonda. She says to see if she's working out. Mine knows what I do or don't do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And to be fair, your heart rate can go up for many reasons
Stress.
and make it appear that you're working out when you're not
Yes.
working out. There's a long list of things that make your heart rate go up.
And there's other documented cases where they've used that information before.
me too, Caleb. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Caleb, I bet we could find your layout.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me get in there really quick and find the link because, yeah. I don't know that it has the basement though. You can see in the one vlog that Harley did, and I'm not going to link that because she's only 17 years old, but you can search it. You can search her name, and there's a vlog. I believe it was their hiking vlog. You see her getting ready, and she goes upstairs when she's done getting ready. She doesn't come, it's only a one-story house. So I think Harley's room was in the basement as well.
It's a lot of people living in that basement. I'm sorry. I'm just like.
I personally like basements. I'm a weirdo though.
I do too, but it's always different when because some people have finished basements and some people have unfinished basements, and you just never know what you're really talking about.
Right.
And of course I live in Florida, so we'd be underwater if we had a basement. So.
Right. I do not have. I have a very, very big crawl space that's got cement, and it's like 4.5 feet high with power and a sump pump, but I'm in a flood zone, so
right.
I can't have a basement. Let me get in here.
Let's see. Thursday Child says, did Harley state that night or leave the Sunday evening? Do we know? Stay that night? Stay? I don't understand. I'm sorry. The basement's here. I don't know on the coast. Yeah, if you live on the coast, you usually don't have a basement.
Did Harley stay?
Stay is what she said. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know where Harley works. Do you?
I do not.
Is the Air Force her job? Like, is it? So I'll tell you this whole thing about Harley being 17 and being in the military and serving her country. I went through this and I looked it up, and some people will tell you about this. I have no shame like calling anybody and asking questions. And my understanding is sometimes when somebody goes into I'm talking about Air Force specifically at 17, they hold them in a reserve status until they're 18. So her job could be going to
Right.
reserves training. But I
Right,
don't
right,
know.
right. Okay. So, here's the house. Let's start with these pictures.
Rhonda, it's not ROTC because she's graduated. So,
There's the outside. We've seen that quite a few times.
oh, Charlie's grandma, like, let me just say this really quick. She said, "Did they find blood on a brown suitcase in the house?"
Hmm. Charlie's grandma, what makes you say that?
Right.
Hmm. Um, so this is the inside of the house. There's the stairs that lead down to the basement. Let's see if we can figure out this layout. There's the kitchen. If I'm going too fast, you guys tell me.
Hi, Mignon. It's okay. Don't worry.
What's she worried about?
Her internet is going in and out.
Oh,
Believe
Mignon, you're
me.
fine.
Yeah, you're
Boy,
fine.
there's a lot of angles of this kitchen.
And it's supposedly the biggest selling point in the home.
Well, it's not that grand. I mean, it's nice, but it's
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. So this would be, I guess, like the living area that's right there by the kitchen. Because right here is the bar or the island. Right here's the stairs going downstairs. Living area. This is the window facing the backyard. Let's look back at this kitchen. They have a sliding glass door in the dining area that leads out to the backyard. And it looks like over here, would that maybe be the master? Let's see. So there's that's the living area still, right? Yeah, that's the living area.
Caleb, you're right. Luminol testing doesn't mean there is blood. It's used to rule out blood by spraying it. If it's present, well, then you're effed.
Yeah.
um,
This would
but
be the master bathroom. And that master bathroom looks like it faces not the backyard, but the side yard
yeah, because
because
you
of
can see.
how close that fence is to the window.
Right.
Um, so this is a bedroom. You can see that wall there again. That would be where the stairs are going downstairs. And then this is the guest bathroom, I'm guessing. And another bedroom. That actually looks like Harley's bedroom based off of her vlog. And then this is the basement. You can see there's what are those called? Do you know how they have to have those in newer houses now? The windows and basements that you can get out of. Because
Oh,
older
yeah.
homes have the smaller, shorter windows. You know, if you're in a basement, you're
Right.
trapped, basically. That's one of the new
Like
things.
fire safe or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
Yeah.
a new standard for building. Um, so this would be the stairs coming down the basement and the setup. Like when you walk down the stairs, this is what you see. And then there's the front of it again. It looks a little scrunched up. I want to see. I want to see something here. How many bedrooms it has.
Thursday's Child, the no furniture question. It's because these are taken from like a Zillow type of home site or like real
So,
estate website.
yeah, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2,500 square feet. Yeah, let's see if it says down here. Sometimes it will tell you. I can write county assessor site though. Yep, that's all we got. I mean, unless you want to know. Oh, I found this interesting. They listed this. Oh no, they didn't. Never mind. I'm wrong. I looked at it wrong. I forgot about that. I looked at it wrong the other day. So that's about all we have on the inside of their house. It's a nice house.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, definitely a nice neighborhood. Looks like a safe neighborhood.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me look at some of these comments. Oh, I gotta look at it from YouTube because
Yeah, I can't really read them on my when I'm in here either.
you're
Yeah.
welcome, Joe. You're welcome. Did that lady ever reply? What was her name that suggested the?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in.
Okay.
Charlie's grandma.
Charlie's grandma. Are you still down there?
We'd love to talk to you and pick your brain.
I would. Absolutely.
Jeannie wants to know, where is the back door? It's off the kitchen. Is
Yeah,
it
it
off?
was like a sliding glass door. It looked like a sliding glass door. I would assume too that because there's no picture of the garage, I would assume that there's a door in the garage too that would lead outside.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Thank you, Irish.
Kristen and company just said, so if Gannon left at 4:15 p.m. out the back door while T was downstairs working out, where was Lena? This just triggered something for me because there was there were some exchanges on social media where
I think
T
it was 3:15 though, right?
I remembered as 4:15, but I could be confused.
The
I
pol
remember
the actual, police report or the bulletin, the press release that went out about this said oh, sorry guys, I gotta dig a little more.
that's okay. While you dig for the time,
It said between 3:15 PM and 4 PM.
Okay. All right. Okay. So in that time frame, you know, Gannon goes out the back door. There was something that was online and social media where T is responding to somebody and she says, oh, Gannon left with his little sister. He had his bike, but he sent his sister home with his bike and now he doesn't have it. He's just on foot.
Yeah, we have that in our chat, I think. It's very confusing.
It's very confusing. And yet another version of what happened. So now they left together. Now an 8-year-old and 11-year-old, about an hour before it gets dark and it's cold, leave. And she's concerned about Gannon walking, but originally his little sister was walking. So he was riding a bike and his little sister was like trying to keep up with him. And then he gave her the bike to go home. And now she's worried because, oh, he's on his feet. It's a weird, just another whole version of the story.
Yes, the school bus drop-off was at 3:08, and it's like a drop-off point. They have a bus stop that's near mailboxes within the community. Charlie's grandma.
Okay.
I
Just listen.
appreciate you. Just listening to you talk, you brought up the brown suitcase and
Mm.
then talked about Lumina. There was a rumor early on that they were searching the landfill for a brown bag of some sort. Hey, Amy. Yeah. Yeah, Amanda. Absolutely. There's several versions that T has said herself in black and white under her Facebook account, trying to defend herself in these Facebook groups.
Hmm. Yeah, she needs to write out a statement, laminate it, and put it in her wallet.
She should have really wrote it out before she started. Not that I don't want anything. I'm just saying, because I definitely want Gannon found. I want him brought home. I want him back with his family. But looking at it from Tisha's point of view, not that I could ever relate to her on any level, but she should have definitely considered the multiple stories that she told.
Yeah.
It's hard for anybody to be seen as credible when you tell one story and then you tell another and then you tell yet another
Hmm.
and your statements aren't even matching up with what your husband is saying.
Right.
That's a problem. I
It's
mean,
it's a huge
and
problem.
it's not even that it's Tisha. That's anybody. Anybody who does that. That's a problem.
Rhonda says, anytime a story changes, there's a lie in there. Fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there could be a little bit of truth in every lie, too. It's hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What's the name of the street in Lorson Ranch? I believe is it Mandan?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
Kristen,
confusing.
if you actually look in the Facebook group and you go to post topics, I have a topic on their residents.
Yeah, it's confusing because it's Mandan and then you have got Landon and
I agree with you, Joe.
I do too. I was just
They
laughing
always
at that.
say that a liar can't keep track of their lies. That's how they get caught. So I am curious if Lena has been interviewed by the FBI. That is one of my questions because I have questions. We all have questions. And I think it's okay that we express our questions. I'm trying to see. Questions I had earlier was, did Tisha pick Lena up from the bus stop?
Yeah.
Did Tisha take Lena to the bus stop that morning?
Well, and Tisha had to be back from the Petco by a certain time to be home for Lena,
Right,
too. I
right.
mean, that's why she had to get home in that time frame.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I don't know. I missed some of your live this afternoon um, because I was driving and I had kids in the car. But was it talked about that maybe she originally told the story that Landon went to go play at a friend because otherwise Lena would want to know where he was when she got home?
Um, was that mentioned in my timeline?
In your timeline or this afternoon?
Somebody may have said that in a comment. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That I think that may have been a theory or some
Yeah.
speculation, which it does make sense. Here, I can
Yeah.
drop
Because,
the
I
Zillow
mean,
link.
kids ask about their siblings all the time.
Right. Absolutely.
They can't just be gone and you accept it.
Well, and you can tell by that little girl's plea,
Yes.
the only thing she said when they did their family statement was, "I love you, Bubba."
Yeah.
So she looked up to her older brother.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I could tell what you're reading by your reaction.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
That footage. Oh, okay. The footage with who appears to be Lena, was that before Lena got on the bus? I believe that was on Sunday, Shauna. That was footage from Sunday, the day prior to him missing.
Danielle, I need to step away for like 1 second. Is that all
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'll be right back.
Absolutely. I really wish that there was
Second
more.
time you've been up, honey.
I really, really wish there was more updates in this case. And I wish that there was more facts that we could speak about, because it leaves us speculating. And that makes it hard. It does make it hard, because you don't know where the truth is. And the truth is the only thing that is going to bring Gannon home. Let me read some of your comments here. I think the initial report of him being a runaway completely caused a roadblock and a delay in this case. It caused an absolute delay in getting Gannon home. A 3-day delay, to be exact. And that's very hard. Very, very hard.
72 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. I mean, really, in all cases, I mean, there's a reason why they call that the first 48 or whatever that show, but not to sound like a true crime junkie detective girl,
You
but
internet detective.
I am an
You watch
internet
too many
detective.
too many of those crime shows.
I do the Law and Order. Um, I'm watching Matlock, but really, in missing children cases, it's the first 24, and
Right.
so to lose that is absolutely devastating to me.
Thank you, Darwin. I really appreciate that. Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest with you, Glowing Ember, and this is a little off topic. I'll be honest with you, though. Can we call Landon something other than baby mama? That conjures up something else in my mind. That is one of my absolute pet peeves in life. I do not like it when I'm weird about certain things. I think it's disrespectful to call the father of your child a baby daddy. And I think it's disrespectful to call the mother of your child a baby mama. It's something I have never said and I will never say. To each their own, but I agree with you, Glowing Ember. Glowing Ember. I prefer to call her Landon. That's her name. Or I prefer to call her Gannon's mother.
Especially when her child is missing.
Right. Right.
Especially. I mean, I agree with you. But yeah.
There is no Amber Alert, Jeannie. There are specific stipulations for Amber Alerts.
He doesn't meet those
He
requirements.
doesn't meet those stipulations, no. It is demeaning, Dawn. I think it absolutely demeans a parent's role in their child's life. It just doesn't sound classy to me.
It doesn't. And it's nothing you ever want your children to hear either. I mean, that's their parent. So.
Oh, wow. That is really interesting, Panny Annie. You believe it has to do with a candle. Maybe Gannon blew it out and made a wish for his mom and dad to be back together.
Ooh.
And it was going to come true. And he knew it. And T got some kind of revenge. Wow.
Ooh.
That's deep.
Yeah, that's
deep. No, no. You don't. You don't have to apologize, Jamie. I'm totally not critiquing you for what you say. I was just agreeing with somebody that I personally don't like the term. What other people choose to say, that's their business.
You
You
know
don't have
what
to
though,
apologize.
when people were, just so she knows, when people were using BM, I didn't know exactly what it stood for either. So
Thank
Car-
you, man. Yeah,
Joe's watching the first 48.
father and mother. Absolutely, BJ. Absolutely. Panny Annie, actually, your thought gives me chills.
Yeah,
Your thought gives me chills because that's a deep thought. That is a very, very deep thought.
it is. And when we like, it's speculation. We're not accusing Tisha of doing anything to Gannon, but if you if you go to that place and say that, speculate that she did, then you've got to think about why she did it, what was the motive. And we've talked about this before. It's either spite or she or Gannon knows something, like Tisha did something and Gannon was going to rat her out when his dad came home,
Right.
or he said something that just really got to her and she couldn't take it anymore. And the one thing that we know about Gannon, his mom said it in the very first press conference: look,
Right.
Gannon, mommy and daddy are standing together. This is what you wanted.
I
Here
wanna
we
sh
are.
Right. Right. I wanna show you guys.
Kristen says there's an Air Force Academy up by the Petco. I wouldn't put it past T to be cheating with a new man, and Gannon discovered something and said he would spill it. Mm. Well, guess who else was in the Air Force? Maybe. I don't know.
Right.
Food for thought.
I wanna show this because I found this earlier and I found it quite disturbing.
Des Harris, that's what I thought it was originally. And I was like, why are people talking about that? Ew. Yeah.
Let me see if I can get it on here. Oh, don't tell me it's not unable to save changes. Um,
Steph wants to know, please, can you say how the carpet was replaced? Is it a fact?
that is not a fact.
That is not a fact. No.
No, that is speculation. It's never been confirmed. There's never been any pictures of a carpet company outside of the home. There's never been any text messages released talking about carpet. The police have never said it.
The only mention of carpet ever coming from within that home are those texts.
Correct. Correct. I want to see if I can play this for you because I saw this tonight and I was like, oh,
Casey, me too. I did refer to stepmom as a Jody. I know what a Jody is.
what is that?
When you're in the military, um, the guy that your girl cheats with while you're gone is Jody.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Um, Casey, she was listed on a sugar baby site. It was from her late 20s, I want to say. Like she was like 28 on that when she was on that site. Um,
We have screenshots of the sugar baby stuff. Yeah.
yeah, we do. And I actually pulled up the site the other night. Tisha was on a sugar baby site, but that I believe was
It was
in
a while
her,
back.
yeah, it was in her like she was like 28 at the time, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
She was about 35 now, so um really when you're not in the military, she's called an Ashley.
What?
Is that really what people call it?
I never heard that.
I've never heard that either. I've always used derogatory terms for, you know, the ones who aren't in the military and are caught cheating. I don't have nice words for that. Thank you, Steph.
That's right, Joe. We don't know what they took from the house. When the crime scene investigators came, we do not know what they took from the house. We know what it kind of looked like. We can speculate, but we don't know for sure.
Home wreckers, yes. Yes. Back
Amy,
to this
oh, you
pesky
got it.
suitcase. Could it be a duffel bag like the one T is carrying in the video? I didn't see her carrying a duffel bag. I saw something white.
Casey, I know because my other half is retired from the Army, and his dad was SEAL Team 2. So, yeah. Funny.
The text about the candle. So the text exists, Thursday's child. Do we know the context of the text? Do we know if that's true? Really, we don't. Anybody can type anything in a text. Anybody can type anything.
Well, the thing about text is too, like, there's I don't know how to say it properly, but there's kind of like a custody issue with that, because you can't, even though it's my cell phone, it doesn't mean that somebody else didn't pick up my phone and send a text. And they can delete the text on my phone and I can never know that it existed.
Right.
And so there's issues with that. And I've seen that in other cases before where it's like, well, we can't prove who was actually sitting. We can't prove who was sitting behind the computer screen that night sending the instant messages.
Absolutely. Aw, Dawn, congratulations to your daughter. That's exciting. That is great news. I really want to pull up this video, you guys.
Yeah, so for music, there's all kinds of apps where you can make it look like you're calling from another phone number, or you can text from your phone and make it look like your boyfriend's texting from. Yeah, it's sick. That's a whole nother discussion. Yep. Tracy
I just
says
lost
the
my
police could also be looking for something that should be in the house but is not there now. Absolutely. And yeah. I mean, they've been in and out of that house a billion times now. And like I said, they might be looking for something in these concentrated search areas that links back to the house.
Yeah, let me try to pull up this video because it caught my eye. I like replayed it 5 times.
Not you.
Screen recorded it. I haven't even like
Panty Annie Bunny Boiler is one of my favorite little sayings.
let me get it to load. It's very quiet in Colorado. So I have,
Yes.
alerts on for all the reporters, and every tweet that is coming to my phone is all snow coverage and pictures, like nothing about Gannon, and that's very different from yesterday. Very different. I don't know what to think about that. I know that they're still looking because they said they're still looking, but they have smaller groups and they're not using the larger groups of volunteers.
No.
So I just don't know what to think about that.
they've definitely changed their strategy, and very quickly,
Very
and
quickly, and it's gone very quiet very
without,
quickly.
exactly, and almost every day there's been some sort of communication, not just through their website and their social media, but actual video, like a spokesperson, and we didn't have that today.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's a little, I don't want to say foreboding because that sounds so negative.
It's disheartening because I don't know
It
what's going
is.
on. We
It
don't know
is.
what's going on, and
There's a change in the climate. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
definitely a
and
change in the climate.
yeah.
If I can get this to pull up. I didn't download it to my computer, so I have to deal with iCloud for a minute.
Yeah, Dawn Break, I'm thankful for your input there. She says the large groups are only for when missing. Smaller is usually if looking for evidence. Main reason is because less chance of ruining evidence. I do search and rescue. Okay, so
Right.
yeah.
Oh, you do search and rescue. That's
Mm-hmm.
interesting, Dawn. Thank you for filling us in on that.
So if we ask you specific questions, are you willing to give us your expertise?
Yeah.
It would be nice.
I'd love to hear your input. I'd love to hear your input.
I would too. Lisa said she lied. Said I didn't push him off a cliff and then said he's alive to deflect a murder insinuation. Oh, I didn't hear. Well, yeah, I kind of did hear her say there's rumors that something happened to Gart. Yeah, I did hear that. You know, I watched her interview, Tisha's Stauch interview, again today.
Me too.
Actually, twice today. I don't even know. I think I could probably recite it like some people recite Gone with the Wind scenes or something.
Thank you,
But
Joe. I appreciate that. I was honestly ready to cry about 45 minutes ago in
aw.
this chat, so I appreciate that very much.
But one of the last things that Tisha says in that interview is, I just want Gannon to come home so I get an apology for all of this. And I just thought, I mean, it's made me sick every time I've heard it, but it really made me sick today.
Mhm.
There's something wrong with
Well,
saying
this is what she said. I wrote it down. She said, "I'm just ready for Gannon to come home. Most importantly, for him to see his family." And by saying his family, she excludes herself from that.
right, which is so cold.
Yeah, it's like she's separating herself from being part of his family. That's just, it comes off as odd to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Very.
no expertise in analyzing anybody's words, but that struck me.
I don't either, but I like words and I like to listen to how people's word choices. It says a lot about them. You know, even on just a amateur level. I'm not an expert. I have no training in this, nothing. But you know, people's word choices say a lot about them sometimes. And that just gave me cold and pricklies. I don't know what the word for it is. I get them when I even talk about it.
Right, right. Absolutely.
Casey, me too, but I like words. I do like words. Words are powerful and they're very distinctive. We all have our own set of words that we use. It's you know, we pull from those all the time and then somebody else has different ones. And you know, if you're I've if you've ever been a teacher or anything like that and you have to read papers, you can tell how different students write just by the word choices they make. You don't even have to see the name on the top of the paper sometimes.
Right, absolutely.
Or
I mean,
emails.
I
emails.
can I don't know if you guys I'm gonna whisper this just in case they're still listening. I guess
Okay.
they could still hear me though if they're listening, right? That was a total blonde moment. But I can tell the difference. Let me tell you, Nathan, my listening to your mother, I can tell the difference when he's at school and if it's him texting me or if it's his girlfriend texting me on his behalf from
Mm-hmm.
his phone.
Yes.
I really hope he's not still listening. Watch him pop up with, I heard that, Mom.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I swear I'm going to get this video up. I'm going to get it up on this page here.
Joe, what was so I know that you find that whole interview cringy, or no, it made me cringe and then angry. Yeah, me too. But if you had to pick one part of it that you just were like, I'm done. Like this is like this
I
person's on my radio. What is it? Radio, radar.
right?
We're on my radio.
Let me see if I can do it this way. Because I saw this and I was, you guys, I saw this video and I was like, what in the world was that?
Kristen made a comment a while back, and she said she was looking at the Petco and there are cameras in the parking, or cameras pointing at the parking lot. My understanding is that that was reported to law enforcement. That's my understanding. And so I'm sure that they know what she purchased and where the car was parked and all of that stuff. We don't know. I hope they got
Hold
something.
on. Oh, this is it. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, if I can get it to load. Hold on.
Yay.
This is it. I got to take it. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull down Dawn's.
Hi, my kids are brats.
I always want to say, hi, my kids are brats. Mine are too.
It was funny when KC, me too, is right underneath. It's like, hi, my kids are brats. KC, me too. Although it's TWO, but whatever.
Dawn, Break, if you're still in the chat, we would love to hear from you. I have to pull your banner down for now, but I would truly love to hear from you. Some insight about search and rescue. I'm going to share this video to the screen really quick. I'm probably going to play it 10 times in a row, just so you guys know, because you got to look at it.
Olivia B, yeah. If you're making a desperate plea for a missing child, you look in the camera. But I think the general consensus is that was not a plea for a missing child. That was a plea for don't look at me. So I'm going to turn my back.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Robbie Wyatt, when she said, hoped he was found so everyone would have to apologize to her. That was disgusting.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right,
I
I'm
hope
going
I
to.
hit share audio. Well, I guess you really don't have to hear the audio. If you guys can't hear the audio in the comments, tell me, okay? But I mean, you can still see the video. So
All right, I'm
here
going to
we go.
mute myself until we're done.
Oh my gosh. Okay, look. Boom.
Did you see that? It's right,
Okay, look. Boom.
right there. You can't really see it on the larger screen, but something bounces in the back of. Let me look at your comments really quick.
Ew.
Did you guys see that? Hold on, let me stop my screen sharing. I My comments are Could you hear the video? Could you hear it, Amy? Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You want me to show it again, Gina? Okay.
Oh yeah, they want to see it again.
Okay. Something bounces in the back of that truck.
In the bed of the truck.
In the bed of the truck, something bounces. Hold on 1 second.
They say 10 more times.
Okay, we'll do 20 then, just to be sure, guys.
Cover your bases, Danielle.
Gotta cover those bases. I think we've all sat here and watched Tisha's interview. How many times have we played this thing?
On lives?
Oh, on lives, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
7, 8, maybe 9.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know the first night it was like 4 times.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all kept going back to it. So,
I still go back to it. I had to watch it today.
My kids are brats. We are going to play it again. I love saying your name. I gotta go back. Hold on. I gotta go back to the video. Oh, I just showed you guys something I shouldn't have. Oh, wow.
Oh,
I think it's this one.
I don't think the entire video was released right. Was it edited for public? We don't know about the edited. That's like speculation, but I don't believe we've seen the entire video now.
No, this isn't it. One to here. It's only a 7-second video.
Oh, Amanda, you're so cool. So sweet.
Oh, thank you, Amanda.
I'm not a detective, though. I'm just like a sidekick.
Oh, hold on.
Mignon, you're hilarious.
Still not it. Let me stop my screen.
Oh, car guy, you couldn't hear
Yeah,
it. It was a woman's voice. It's a woman's voice, and she's kind of like she's watching it and kind of reacting to it. It's a woman's voice.
Hold on. Yeah, that's it. I gotta go back and take it to the beginning. Okay. Oh, Mignon. I replay stuff over and over and over again. I'll probably replay Tisha's interview and write down every word and then transcribe it because I have to analyze everything over and over and over again.
And I learned this actually from Danielle. I listened to the interview in my car today, so I wasn't watching her. So it's a whole other experience when you take the video away.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'll probably put that up next, just her words and not her.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, this is where we want to go. All right, I'm going to rewind it like 10 times, guys, so just be ready for it, okay? You have to watch the bed of the truck. And the girl who took she took the surveillance footage and like slowed it down a little bit and pointed it out. So you'll hear her say boom, and you have to watch the bed of the truck. You'll see it.
So when she starts playing it, if you guys can't hear it, let us know right away, okay?
Okay. So here we go.
Oh my gosh. Okay, look.
me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, look. Boom.
Do you guys see it?
Yeah, but there's no audio. But yeah. And yeah, they're right in a weird way, the Xfinity tag, like, but if you really look,
Okay,
Hmm.
look.
it's hard.
Boom.
Hmm. Maybe I have it saved to my phone.
Okay, look.
You're probably hearing it from my computer say boom when it should really them. Yeah, there might be a lag sometimes. Close out some tabs here and
Yeah, Des, I saw it the first time too, but sometimes it it could be lagging on what I'm watching and not lagging for you guys. So I never know if I know.
yeah, I think I'm gonna let me see how I can get it. I'll get it up there.
They're saying that it like skips and pauses. And there was like a little bit of time when you came back where your Mr. Roboto took over your body for a second. So it might have just been like a momentary lag.
Yeah, it might be a lag. Okay. Let me see how I can do this. Maybe if I have it saved in my iCloud. I definitely, because you know me, I save a lot of stuff.
All right, we're gonna find it. We're gonna find it, guys. No worries.
Okay, so if I can't get it to load, I will post it in the Facebook group. You saw it, Joe? Did you see what she was talking about in the back? Something flops in the back of that truck. We don't know what it is, but it's interesting. Definitely interesting.
Yeah, a lot of them are saying they saw it.
Okay.
Whether it's a bike, a person, or a bag.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Oops.
And Kristen said, I would also love to hear that neighbor's 911 call Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
We're going to try it a different way, guys. Just bear with me for 1 second. Oh, it's getting late. Well, I guess not. 11:15. It's Friday night, huh?
Party on.
Yeah.
This is like a wild Friday night for me. I'm like, whoo. I can't. I'm dangerous.
I can't believe my kid and his girlfriend came and crashed my party on YouTube.
That's hilarious. To mute your own kid.
And then he changed his profile picture on YouTube to something absolutely horrible. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to go look at that. Go look at his phone. I think he went to sleep. But
Kristen, you gotta make fun of yourself before somebody else does it for you. That's my rule.
did you see my son tell me to turn my camera on? It's
No.
because yes.
Mm-mm.
It's because I took a shower earlier and I have naturally curly hair. So it takes work, you guys, to get it straight. And I didn't blow dry it. It's like a frizzy hot mess on top of my head. And he's over there, Mom, turn on your camera.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I always freak out when I go into the StreamYard. Like I'll hold my phone like down and away from me because the camera is on. Like I know I'm backstage. I know that, but I'm not willing to take the
Just in
risk.
case. Just in
Exactly.
case. Yeah.
Yeah. The other night I had a piece of tape over my camera because I was like,
I'm gonna start doing that because what was it?
you can
Oh,
accidentally hit it.
this is totally off topic of this channel and everything. But you know how you and I talked last night and you told me if I wanted to stay there when I come visit, I was
Yes.
more than welcome to. So I get off the phone with you and I scroll Facebook. And what do you know? There's advertisements for new luggage and passport tags. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous
Mm-hmm.
that they spy. And Mark Zuckerberg, if you look at any pictures of him, where he has any media, like, or any technology around him, on his laptop, he's got the camera covered up with a piece of tape. On his
Yeah.
phone, he's got the camera covered up with a piece of tape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do it because I I don't really FaceTime with a lot of people. I'll do it with my sister sometimes, and then I'll forget, and I'll go to like I don't know, call somebody else back, and I don't even know how it happens, but it'll be somebody that doesn't need to see me in my natural habitat, you know. I'm like,
Right.
oh crap, and it's hard to hang up
Okay.
on FaceTime.
I think I got it. I
Yay!
think I got it. We hope I got it. And I don't think I edited it after I oops, I wanted to do a new screen share because I don't know if I hit the audio
Car guy, you've
button.
been up since 4. Ugh.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'm not a morning person. I stay up till 4.
Me too. Me too.
Kristen and company, I just about dropped the Ed Snowden thing. I remember watching Citizen 4? And how he would put the blanket over his head when he went and logged in because he was afraid cameras are picking up keystrokes. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a really interesting movie.
Wow. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear it this time. This one's longer because I replayed it a solid, I don't know, 5 times while I was recording it. So here we go. If it's going to play.
I will will it to play.
Is it playing or no?
It's playing on my end. Um,
Okay.
So I think for some people it bounced around a little bit. I saw it, but
All right. I'll play it one more time so that we can say we watched it 12.
yeah, Amanda, the first time it played with the audio, no buffering, no skipping around, didn't
Yeah,
know.
that's it. Totally see it. See it or not. I'll post see it and some couldn't. Okay. I could see it from my phone, but maybe it's just a difference in okay. Well, I will Kristen and Company, I'm not sure. I didn't at all, Des Harris, to be honest with you. I didn't slow down the speed. If oh wow, so version of it. I have that. The whole drive. Again, let me get into YouTube to be able to do that.
Taylor, that's a good point. Sometimes they just, yeah, it's the way that the video is captured. So they want to know in context what this video is. Is it when she leaves or when
That
she returns and it's
makes
perfect?
sense. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I believe. But we'll look. See. I have the full video of the footage, so we can look at that again and see where it's at in there.
I'm just reading y'all's comments, just paying attention to what you're chatting about.
Let me just find the video really quick because there's so many videos on here.
Sure. Hi, this is it. Hello. And Joan is here.
Okay, so I have to pause it really quick. Hi, Joan. Hi. Now the footage that we just saw, that was zoomed in. That is actually rumor, Dina, that fleet that out there would assist is I walks out the driveway. Never not it. No, the weather's not bad by me at all.
Okay, it wasn't just me. Okay. Yeah, you were breaking up and had that.
Oh, am I still breaking up?
It's better now. But I wasn't going to say anything because Danielle's a robot. You're on to us. No.
Okay, tell me if I'm still breaking up because I'll pull myself out of.
You sound good now. But sometimes they're just not sure if it's not me hearing it that way. Nobody said anything until just a second ago. So you sound good now.
I'm good now, Kathy says. Okay. Thank you, Irish. I need to know if I'm still good. It's good. Good. Okay.
Ooh, Kristen says she just looked up Tisha's Venmo purchases.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Ooh, you piqued my spidey senses.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Tisha.
I am going to play this footage. I'm going to mute my microphone, though. We have to try to find this in the bed of the truck, what bounces. It could be anything, but it's interesting to say the least. It doesn't mean that it's even related, but this is
But
what we do.
look right at the bed of the truck. Like there's the Xfinity logo. Look, concentrate in that area there so that you see it. Don't be distracted by anything else.
Yep. All right. Let me share my screen and mute my mic. This video is silent too. It's a silent video, so you're not going to hear anything. It will be very, very quiet. I will not be robotic because I won't be talking. I'm actually, Amanda, I'm going to go let my team know that. Kristen, what is her Venmo name? Do you know? Or do you want to drop it or message it to me? All right, here we go. Okay, did you guys see that? I'm gonna rewind it so we can look again because you see it right when she pulls out of the driveway. And then if you want, we can watch the rest of it. That's cool. But it's back here. Something flops in the back of that truck.
They're saying that it looks like it's something wrapped in black trash bags.
You gotta watch it. It is right. Was it playing or did it pause?
I think it's paused.
Okay, it's right there. Do you see it?
What do you guys think?
I want to look. Sorry, I want to look at it one more time. It's something. Yeah, it's something that bounces up.
Yeah, Des. I see Des and Kara or Kyra. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. A lot of people are saying it looks like something wrapped in black trash
That's
bags.
not me who's zooming in on that screen. That's just the video. That's. I don't know. For time, just to make sure that everybody can see it. Well, actually, let's watch this part because something in the bed of the truck coming in, hitting that curb going up should make it bounce too. Wouldn't you think that?
Yes.
Does anything, you can't really see it, huh? That Xfinity sign gets in the way.
Tracy Miller, you need to look. It's so hard to explain where to look. Right in the bed of the truck, kind of right at the bottom of the Xfinity logo.
Does it? Because I want to drag this back.
Dawn Break, they have 2 dogs.
Amy, when we're done here, I want to see if we can do some this video. There's got to be a way to make it more clear.
Danette, if you think you have a version, you could email it to Danielle. Oh, I got you, Danette.
Okay, so we'll let it, and then I'll come back. But I guess that is it. Do you guys want to watch it again, or you want me to take it off?
I say do it.
It does, and it's type at it again. If you don't, that's completely fine. I know we've watched it for quite a few times already. Yeah, it is. I was just waiting to see if anybody wanted to watch it again, because if so, I don't want to take my share screen off yet. I say
They're saying yes. Mostly yes.
they hear us. Okay. Do you want one? If one, and we'll watch it one more. If not, it's perfectly fine. Okay. All right. So I guess it. It's very. I never caught it, and I also never that she leaked out to the truck driveway. I don't know how I missed. Be. Or it was a bounce. It could be anything. So.
Mm.
Do they have? What I'll do YouTube channel. You have my Facebook. Point me in the direction.
Danielle, can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, it's a public, not really. Yeah, I can. No, yeah, Joan, make it better. I can do that while we're on this chat. Me, if you were with me, for take me a couple minutes to do it, but bear with me while I do it. Okay, I can do here. So you want me to zoom in on that thing, correct? The bed of the truck bounces up in that. I love type ones for that's cute. I think it's like it's just
Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, good. So we lost Danielle for a second. She will be back in a minute. Things like this happen. We appreciate you all being so patient. Just got to figure out. Here we go.
Can you hear me? And am I breaking up?
I can hear you and you sound loud and clear.
Okay, good. Okay.
They say it's that damn refrigerator. You got to go over and...
It is. I need to figure out which house it is, you guys. I'm going to go knock on doors. Can you please shut off your refrigerator Wi-Fi? It's interfering with my YouTube lives.
Oh, gosh. Explaining YouTube to people that aren't doing it is so ridiculous.
My boys earlier, they're like, "You're going on live again?" I'm like, do I say anything to you guys when you play with people on the internet on Xbox?
Right.
No. And you do it all the time. So
I know.
okay, I'm going to work on this video really quick. Or try to.
All right. Yeah.
I'm still here though.
Yeah, you sound good. Girl, you sound good.
You know, Tracy, I am not an energy worker, but I definitely have some very, very strong intuition that in the past I used to ignore. However, Tisha, the other half of Real Massacre Talk, who we started this channel together. She can attest to this. I have told her so many times, like, oh my gosh, I have a bad feeling. I feel like I'm gonna puke. And I get that feeling too. It's a horrible, horrible feeling.
You guys are so positive and encouraging, and it is so nice to see. Thank you.
Aw, yes, you guys are very sweet. Oh yeah, I found the daughter's Insta and Twitter, and they're both private. Tisha's is private as well. So is that what it's called, Irish?
That's interesting. Second sight, like another layer.
Yeah. Aw, thank you, Kristen. You're so sweet.
Oops. Man.
Okay. Jeanette, I love you. She just sent me a message.
I'm just... Oh, okay. I get it.
Thank you, Thursday's child. Thank you.
Des says it's funny how when your kids hit like 15, they think they're the boss. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a total paradigm shift. It's like...
Mm-hmm.
Kristen says, wait, have any parents, if their teens, been called cringy, or am I alone? I think I get what you're saying. Like, do they call you as a parent cringy?
I'm definitely gonna Google it. Definitely.
This is it. Yeah, that boomer thing drives me crazy. Okay, boomer. I'm not a boomer. I'm a Gen Xer. But it's a slight nonetheless. Oh, Kristen. Okay, cringy is a word. I use cringy. I also use the word skitsy. Like you say, stop being so skitsy, which is probably not very nice, but I probably have to rethink that one.
Des Harris, my kids do the same thing. Gina, your son turned three and thinks he's a boss. I miss that age.
Nope.
That's my 11-year-old on the floor trying to scare me. This is kids.
Oh. Mine that's been up like 3 times. She can probably hear me. Isabella. She's around the corner. She thinks I can't see her, but here's a little thing. I can see your reflection in the picture.
You gotta love it.
Yeah. I just gave up.
Love it.
I gave up.
Okay, so I'm almost done with this video, I promise. Not that one.
She's 10. She's going to be 11 very soon. And she keeps telling me she's almost a teenager. She's like going on 40. Oh, I do. I do love them to the moon and back. Casey, my daughter is Elizabeth. She's 9. I would have changed her name to Stewie if she were a boy. Kristen and Company, members only. Come on now. I got your Stewie reference, Casey. Me too. Oh wow, 24 and 26. Yeah. You wanted to name your son members only. Chris wanted to name his son Dagger, like Dagger. 9, 7, and 16 months. You got your hands full, sister.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do the video right now. I'm gonna have to put some work into that, but I will get it up. I promise. I promise. It won't be on this live. It'll be on the next, or to be posted in the group. Sorry guys. Sorry.
Jess, I still wear them. I was just telling the girls yesterday. I'm in Florida, so like I do this really stupid thing where I wear like jean shorts with tights on my Doc Martens.
Okay. So
Kristen.
I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up since I've been on here for quite a few hours. And I want to really try to break down this video. And I don't want to sit here and not talk because I'm trying to do it. It's rude of me to do that. So
it's not rude. You were just having technological issues.
Yeah, well, it takes a minute to be able to cut a video down and zoom in and make sure I have it right. So I'm definitely going to do that when I get off of here and see what I can figure out. In the meantime, everybody, please keep hope for Gannon. Hopefully, we will have some answers. Pray for him. If you don't pray, send up good vibes, whatever your beliefs are. Just put that positive energy out there for this little boy. I'm glad you got your homework done, Caleb. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you, everybody. Danielle, thank you for having me again.
Oh, you're welcome. I love having you on here. I appreciate you very much. Yes, bring Gannon home. Leave him some blue hearts on your way out. Thank you all so much for being here. All of my mods, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. And I'm sure I will be back tomorrow. Good night, Irish.
Yeah, good night, Irish.
Yeah, I'm going to look at that one, Danette. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Good night. Thank you.
Good night. Good night, Danielle.
Good night.
Oop. Can't get out of here. Trap.